Hey guys, it's Zaki, also known as Merc, coming to you with my match from for General Secura's tournament. And as you can hear, probably, maybe, I don't know how low I said it, I got my Dazzle to record sound, but it came in really funny, and I actually forgot to turn off the announcer. Sorry, I had to adjust my microphone there. So he sounds really funny, and so instead of replacing it, you're gonna just have him here. You're gonna hear him in there while I do the narration too. Also, I'm not cutting out any of the moves or whatever, especially since this is a you can change your Pokemon and your teams thing, which should do for any tournament. Some people are going to try to hide it. I don't really care to. Most of them that I use, you've either seen before if you've watched my channel. I'm going to use every move on them, or a combination of both. And I was more trying to figure out what was probably going to be led at this point. By the way, 26 minutes. Woo! Hopefully, at least. What to try... What? Oh, by the way, my opponent is Allochnar. Allochnar. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, so I'm sorry ahead of time. Name appear on the screen. This guy. Very good battler. Also posts on YouTube. Go check him out. I lead with Inker. I was going to lead with Inker beforehand anyway. And he leads with Allochnar, which I was not really realizing that. See? He sounds hilarious. He's like all deep voiced. And so I'm relying on Dusknoir's bulk here. The stage is set and the curtain is up. And I figured I was more figuring a shadow punch, or a sucker punch. I barely live that since I'm not really bulked up. I'm an anti-lead one, which is Peregrine Muon's brilliant creation. I was more expecting a Focus Sash from here, but yeah, he is down already. Ice Punch is going to take that one right out. And if you don't know what an anti-lead Dusknoir is, too bad for you, because Smoggin doesn't know either. And they're great. Because Dusknoir has bulk, can take a couple moves or so, and can dish out some really good damage. I'm still working on the quality for the microphone, so since I got the new computer, excuse me, we just went to Five Guys and still got a big thing of Vault here, and because we went to Five Guys, I am burping. And he's going to have a Slowbro, which I thought was a normal Slowbro. So I was like, HP Grass, Shadow Snake. HP Grass, Shadow Snake. Then I went, probably Stab Move. Which technically, now that I think, oh, wait. 60 base power plus super effective technically would probably do, no, but Slowbro is more just, I don't know, they probably would have done about the same damage. It didn't do that much. And he's just gonna torch me with Flamethrower. Which, I appraise you, because you're actually using Slowbro as the fire-breathing salamander hippo that it was supposed to be. And Inker goes down! Too bad, Inker. Yeah, and if you can see on the screen, which you can, you'll know from now on if you see me in battles, which, by the way, if people want to battle me, go ahead. I would thank you. I've been in my newer Pokemon have musical terms. So you have Etude, and Grandioso, and Inker. Inker is obviously the Mega Man killer. By the way, I am loving this Electabuzz. People don't even get it. I know it's a pretty standard one. It's a standard one found on Smoggin, but yeah, I'm still loving Electabuzz. because Electabuzz is awesome. Anyway, Inker, like the Mega Man boss, which actually I named it after the Mega Man boss because I like the Mega Man boss. They also have music term names. An Inker is a referral to the Japanese term Enka, E-N-K-A. Do I go for a cross chop here? I don't remember. I think I switch out. Which is a type of Japanese music title. It also could be a parody on Encore. They're both decided for that for Inker. And Etude is switching of notes in the middle of a piece of music, if I remember right. And Grandioso is played grandly, which I thought fit Licky Licky fairly well. But yeah, I vote Electabuzz better than Electivire for special anytime, especially since they have the same special attack. The only problem is you can't learn Flamethrower. The only disproblem is that you can't learn Flamethrower. Flamethrower is not going to do that much. I'm going to use Psychic a lot more on this guy actually. Which I did another battle today, and today being the 7th of January, that I used most of this team to on the DS, which I will put up as soon as possible. And by as soon as possible, I probably mean like a couple days from now. So yeah, to kind of, well, actually, Licky Licky would have been better not changing it. This is actually a physical Ampharos, which I thought it would have been a special Ampharos, because Ampharos, yeah, it could run physical. Obviously, it has a fairly good physical move pool. It gets Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder. It doesn't get Volt Tackle, so it gets Thunder Punch, which it'd be better in Black and White because it would get Wild Bolt. But it does get Dynamic Punch, and I think Cross Chop, maybe not. Gets Brick Break. Yeah, but Outrage, obviously. But it only has 75 base attack. And here I wished, because I knew it was going to die, and I knew whatever would come in would hopefully, and that was a superfluous critical hit, or a not necessary critical hit. I need to stop using big words. Wished for whatever I would bring in would get HP, which I eventually end up wasting because he's still on that. I'm gonna take another Splig of Volt. And I send in Toxicroak. This is my Choice Band Toxicroak that has no name because it's from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's why, and I didn't nickname it that before I sent it over. And I was like, okay. He's confused. That means he's probably going to switch out. But I'm going to sit here, I think this is when I did it, I'm going to sit here and wait for him to do it. Based on how much time he takes, that's what I will choose from. So I sat there, and he's taking a long time, which is telling me he's probably going to switch. Now what is he going to switch to? Oh dear God, I hope it's Dragonite, I'm gonna go with an Ice Punch, I think I'm gonna go with an Ice Punch. I'm gonna, yes, go for an Ice Punch. He's going to switch to something. I'm Choice Banded though. Hopefully it's Dragonite. I'm gonna Ice Punch. And that's what was going through my head, right there in that moment. This microphone is getting on my nerves, but it's my best quality one. And it goes to Dragonite, and I was like, yeah, take an Ice Punch. And it takes it out in one. Because Toxicroak is awesome. And nobody refute it. Listen to the deep-voiced announcer. Yeah, but I wasted a wish. So I guess it would have been better if I would have like psychicked or something there. Maybe HP Fire, you know, boom. Maybe Reflect. Actually, Reflect would have been a good idea. Dang it, post-narration. Obviously this is post-narration, if you didn't catch that, people. And since this is 26 minutes long, yeah, whatever. Okay, so we got... Yep, so we're both at 4-4, if you can hear the announcer person. We have... Slowbro, who's going to be a pain, but not too much of a pain. And we have, I'm going to send out Licky Licky, which this is a special wall, Licky Licky. I know most of them are physical walls, but this one's a special wall. So that's why, but he T-waves me, which I don't really care, because Amori is slow as dirt, which just means I am slower than dirt, which is pretty slow, unless you're counting the Earth, because the Earth spins pretty fast, even though we don't realize it. And this is my special one, obviously, as you can tell. And I'm going to ring out this guy. One, because it's probably the most effective thing I could do. And two, because it's probably the most effective thing I could do. And he's probably going to switch. Which hopefully would be to a full health thing, but it's not. It's to Ampharos. Which is still going to do a decent amount. Wait, was it Anthros? Anthros. No, it was, yeah. But ring out, actually, for being a special move and usually the only thing at their disposal, since most of them don't get tri-attack. I guess I could have put Swift on it, but I didn't want to put Swift on it. Ring Out actually would have a lot of base power if they're at a high HP, which most of the time you want to take them out when they're at a high HP because you want to take them out from one. I send it out because I figure because it's special or physical based, so I'm gonna switch to White Claudia. Get a critical hit here. This is my physical wall, and that was a critical hit from my Ampharos from Brick Break. Yeah, that didn't do that much. Right now, I was thinking, you know, Choice Band maybe? Who's going to take the glory? Because it switched out last time and it has Outrage, so I was thinking maybe it's Choice Banded. Although that was kind of a little bit for a critical hit Choice Band, but it still could be possible. So I'm going to stay in because I am a beast of a physical wall and Leech Seed. So that's what I'm going to do. And which Leech Seed is a good play in any point because unless you know they have a grass on the team, and I know they didn't have a grass on the team. Because whatever will come in will get sapped of some energy. Which in the case of Licky Licky is a lot of energy for me. And a lot of energy from it. And Licky Licky was actually going to be more of a pain than I thought. Because after I was looking at it, I was like, well, okay, Licky Licky has good defenses on both ends and can absorb a lot of hits. And my screensaver comes up, and I could get in there with Toxicroak, maybe, but that means I have to sacrifice something. And then I was like, or I could just kind of try to stall it out with Grandioso and White Claudia. Again, if you get White Claudia, points for you.
Licky Licky is sent out. It seems that its physical condition is not so good.
Yeah, it's not so good. I figured it also had Fire Punch, because most Licky Lickies run physical. Most Licky Lickies are fairly predictable. Most Licky Lickies run Explosion. I wasn't really fearing the explosion because if it wanted to explode on me, that just means I would get rid of this thing, and this thing was probably would have been the hardest thing for me to take down. And right at this point, I wasn't going to do Ring Out because I figured, I kind of remembered that he had a ghost on the team. I couldn't remember what it was, but I knew he probably thinks I'm going to go for Ring Out, so I'm not going to go for Ring Out. I'm going to go for Surf. Surfed. I am having a bad day loaded up on caffeine. So yeah, he's gonna go to Mismagius, which I thought also this could be a bad thing, because you know Mismagius, if they get a bunch of Calm Minds up, which is mostly what they do now, will be a problem. But this Surf did a decent chunk to it, which told me it's either a sweeper, or they heavily invested in physical defense to make up for whatever. And I was going to be all sneaky and use my disable here, which there you go with Psychic, which I didn't really get that. Psychic on this Magus. Probably not the best thing, but I get paralyzed. Imagine that. But that's okay, because I am a special tank. Actually, I am a special wall. I am not a tank. Wall. And he sees that does nothing, and is going to switch back to Ampharos. But I'm going to let out that I'm going to do disable, which means that the jig is up, and it's not cool anymore. And by it not cool anymore, it means that it doesn't work.
The move fails.
Lefties. Grandioso means to play grandly. I don't know, I kinda like the music terms thing. Yeah. I think I hear, if I remember right, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try to whittle this thing down because I have so much HP, it is not funny. So, even though I'm not physically defensive, also if you look at my stats, which may pop up here at some point, or already did, it's like, I'm a special tank, but my special tank is like, or special defense is like 292, and my physical defense is like 202 or something like that. So it won't entirely hurt too much if it's not going for Brick, which he expected me to go straight for White Claudio, which means I outsmarted him again. Actually, I didn't outsmart him before. I just got really lucky, because I could have gone terribly bad. Like, he could have gone in and brought in Slowbro, and then everything would have been terrible. This point, I'm still thinking it's choice banded, but I didn't know if I want to go to the other one. So I was thinking, it doesn't matter if I get paralyzed, I will just stay in and keep going for it, or I could try to disable and then switch. Which actually, now that I think of it, if it was choice banded, I could have just disabled it and watched him struggle, which would have been hilarious. But I didn't do that. That would also been demoralizing too. But yeah. So Fire Punch is doing a decent chunk, but is not too terrible. I can deal with it.
Neither corner has made a decisive
And Climax Commercial. Hey you! Yeah, you! Are Serby and Smoggin getting you down? Well, join PokemonLance, the Pokemon forum for you. We even have a new Battle Frontier. Battle Frontier consisting of new facilities such as the Battle Megaton and the Battle Chrome, which use new types of battles with using Pokemon's weight limits and Pokemon color. Get your PokemonLance today! PokemonLance may cause nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. Do not use untamed or unsupervised. Did your project day.
being tested.
And we're back. I had to do that because, well, I didn't have to do that, but I could do that because now this is all in one part. And you all should go to PokemonLance because it's awesome community. And it's better than Serby and Smoggin combined. Kind of. And I'm part of the Battle Frontier now instead of Elite because I wanted to be part of it. And we're doing it a new specific way through mini tournaments to make it feel more like the Battle Frontier. So join the Battle Frontier today. Maybe this is why I don't do casts with like caffeine coursing through my veins. Anyway, Slowbro, which I finally figure out, well, after this I finally figure out that is, I don't know, Allo, maybe you can answer this. Was it Spexed? No, it wasn't Spexed. I know it wasn't Spexed because it changed moves one time here. But what was it entirely? Was it... I know it had to be primarily attacking because those were doing nice chunks. I think Surf like either knocks me out or dang near knocks me out. Which actually a primary attacking Slowbro is pretty good. See, I know it was stab, but that did a decent chunk to a to a special wall. It did more than Miss Magius, so which I think has higher attack, and it was using Psychic. So yeah. That's right, it had citrus berries. Never mind. But you could still answer if it was primary attacking or what. I'm assuming it's primary attacking. Yeah. Brain fart. Flamethrower, going to finish off anything else that would have come in. That was a good move because probably would have done a decent chunk of damage to Electabuzz if I chose to bring him in. Stupid screensaver. Etude would have gotten fairly badly damaged, and I wouldn't have taken that because I have Life Orb on it. Toxicroak would have gotten roasted. White Claudia would have gotten roasted. Etude was MPV for this time. Award to you. You should get a little crown and put on you. I love Electabuzz now. I liked it before, but because as you'll see here later, which actually, yeah. I think it's 100 and something. Maybe it's 95. Whatever. Fairly high base special attack. Thunderbolt. It's going to do decent damage, but barely not knock it out. And then people forget, or they're probably thinking of Electivire, which has 85 speed. Electabuzz is 20 points higher base stat than that. Plus, most of them run a speed boosting one. So I don't know whether this was a speed tie that I won, or if I just outsped the Miss Magius, because Electabuzz and Miss Magius have the same speed, and I go first. So that's 2 kills. 2 kills for 2 kills? It couldn't take him. It's down. No, 1 kill. 1 kill. 1 kill Electabuzz. Etude. I really need to know the pronunciation on it. And then we're gonna go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cross chop. Woo. Which I could see why people want to run Electivire, because higher base physical attack, which probably would have done a lot more damage there. And see, this Licky also has a citrus berry, which confused me beyond all reason. But whatever. Power Whip. Look at this. You see this? You see this? You see this? You think it's down? It is not. It is not. It is on 1. Etude wins. And I was like, no, I am getting the heck out of here. I am getting it out of here. Now I'm going to switch to White Claudia because he can't do anything to me. Probably. Technically, if you would have gotten return on it, you could do a lot more damage than Fire Punch and Power Whip combined. But I have no idea what you have on it. So. think this was down when he was down to 2.
Slowbro is sent out.
Maybe not. Yeah, and that was weird. I think that was glitchy. We both switched, and yeah. Allo was down to 2, and I was like, I am faster than Slowbro, and Slowbro doesn't have as good special attack or special defense, and I was like, Rat Seed Flare! Gonna rip through that guy.
Seed flare. A huge amount of damage. It's down.
And now we're just gonna clean up the not the Electabuzz. Don't clean up Electabuzz. Clean up Licky Licky. So we have this big pink thing versus the small green thing. The small green thing is going to put parasitic seeds all over the big pink thing. Because that's what green things do. They put parasitic seeds all over the stuff. And then he's going to fire punch me with his tongue, because that's what big pink things do. Let's see, pink Pokemon. Lickitung and Licky Licky. Love Disc. Gorbis.
Shaman suffers from its burn.
I'm thinking, oh, duh, Clefairy, Clefable, Cleffa, Jigglypuff, Jiggly, Igglybuff, Wigglytuff. Okay, maybe there's more than just those guys. I was thinking, for some reason, I was registering Licky Licky and Lickitung, only pink things. And Seed Flare is going to do good enough damage, and I'm going to take another Fire Punch, convincingly. Yep. And I think I go for a final Seed Flare here to wrap up the game. Or does Leech Seed? Leech Seed just clears it out. Yeah. That wraps up the Licky Licky, and good game, Allo. Allochnar? I'm just gonna call you Allo. I don't want to butcher your name anymore. So good game, Allo. Played very well. Everybody go sign up for PokemonLance. Thank you, General Secura, for the tournament and the chance to do this again. Maybe less time for the tournament matches this time. I think the problem with that, you said that on the last update that people were saying that a month was too long. Well, it's also that you gave us a month, so we knew we didn't have to rush. If you would set the deadline closer, then people would do it faster. That's just my opinion. But good game, all. This is no longer a winter tourney, but well, it is a winter tourney. It's no longer 2010, and I guess it's still a good. It's a tournament. It's good. It's fine. I don't know what the prizes are. Maybe just fame and glory. But anyway, I will see you guys later.